Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to take a deep dive into a few mistakes that people often make with their Instagram carousel posts. And by people, I even include myself. I'm guilty of making a few of these mistakes too. So, without any further ado, let's take a look at the common Instagram carousel post mistakes that people make, as well as why they're so bad, and what you can and should do instead. 1. You're using the wrong content type. If you have a relatively short snippet of information that could easily be said in less than a minute, you should consider creating a reel instead of a carousel post for Instagram. Reels are the priority for Instagram right now, alongside other video content types, and it seems that the algorithm is loving content from smaller creators at the moment too. I refused to use Reels for the longest time, but when I did, my reach exploded. Reels can be up to a minute long, although some accounts still have the 30-second limit on theirs. And you don't have to show your face to get the message across. Just look at my Instagram account and my Reels. I don't show my face in a single one of them. And now look at how much reach my Reels get compared to my carousel posts. If you can turn that piece of content into a reel or other video type, I recommend doing it. You'll get a lot more reach out of it. 2. You're going all the way to the edge. This is more of an aesthetics thing than an actual mistake, but going right to the very edge of the carousel posts is not recommended because of the way the posts will look when they're on the grid on the profile page. This does depend on your personal style, of course. Some feeds look great when the designs go all the way to the edge. It's often recommended to leave a border around the edge of the design. This will help to separate that particular post from the other posts on your grid. It also looks neater and more professional. This actually brings me nicely to my next point. 3. You're not leaving enough negative space. Here's a novel idea I want you to consider for a moment. How about not using all of the space in the carousel post? Negative space is space on a design that has nothing in it. It helps to keep things simple and separate and clutter-free. Incorporating negative space, or spaces of nothingness, in your carousel posts is advisable to help get the main focus of your message across. The post doesn't need to be covered in stuff from corner to corner. Simpler is often better, especially when you don't have a lot of time to capture your audience's attention. 4. You're not including the carousel icon in your design. I still make this mistake so often even though I know better. When you look at the grid on your profile, make note of the icon that signals the post is a carousel post. It's in the top right-hand corner of the square. If you don't take that icon into consideration, you'll be faced with the same problem I frequently have. The icon will cover parts of your content. As you can see, the icon regularly covers the text on the first slide in my carousel posts. I never remember that icon when designing my title slides. You should also bear in mind the reel icon, and the play icon on videos. 5. You're using too much text. There is such a thing as too much when you're adding text to a carousel post. Lots of text in one slide equals bad. Text spread out over multiple slides with illustrations, etc. equals good. People hate long blocks of text. If they wanted to read that many words, they'd be reading a newspaper or blog post instead of scrolling through Instagram. Can you say it in a reel instead? Or as a voiceover? 6. Your carousel post is all text. If you aren't using images, illustrations or other visual media types in your carousel post, you're making a massive mistake. As Julia Roberts said in Pretty Woman, big mistake. Huge. You will not grab someone's attention with a wall of text. You won't even grab someone's attention with a short sentence. An image or other visual, however, will grab someone's attention. 7. You keep sticking with 1-to-1 dimension. When you create a post in the 4-to-5 dimension, instead of the 1-to-1 dimension, you're taking up more of the Instagram screen. Your post is bigger than most of the other square ones around it. It allows for less of other people's content to be on the same screen as yours, and it holds the attention of a browser for slightly longer. 8. You're overlapping text and visuals. I know that you're only working with a limited amount of space with your carousel posts, but you should avoid overlapping elements as much as possible. If you overlap text and visuals, the image will be cluttered and difficult to read or understand. You've only got a couple of seconds to make a good first impression with your carousel. Keep things simple and succinct on the first slide of your carousel to lure viewers in and keep them swiping through. As you go through the slides, try to keep it so that you make just one point on each slide. This makes it easier for a viewer to absorb the information. 9. You're not using catchy headlines. A catchy headline on the title slide of your carousel post works in the same way that a provocative headline does in a newspaper, or a clickbait title on a blog post. It attracts the attention of the viewer and lures them in to take a closer look. Catchy headlines aren't regular headlines. Rather than saying something like, 10 ways to stand out on Instagram, they say something like, 10 super simple ways to be jaw-dropping on Instagram. The words are over the top, super simple, and jaw-dropping. Who can resist something that is jaw-dropping? 10. You're using center alignment. Center alignment is very difficult to read when there is more than one or two lines of text. If you have more than one or two lines of text in your carousel slide, align it to the left instead. This is much easier to read, and it's the style that people are most used to. Books, newspapers and magazines are often in the style of left alignment. And that's that as far as this round of 10 carousel post mistakes are concerned, but I have another video coming, with even more mistakes, really soon. You know what to do if you're interested in seeing that. Hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on notifications to be the first to watch. I hope you found this video useful today, but please let me know if you have any questions, or would like to suggest another video tutorial. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more social media marketing and content creation tips and tricks. Have a fabulous day.